Well, help comes in to support Western North Carolina. Communities outside Asheville are worried they could be forgotten. This is what it looked like, what happened in Canton, and this was just about 30 minutes east of Asheville.
This area was hit by Tropical Storm Fred in 2021, and many families hadn't recovered from that when Helene came along. WR's Grace Haba asked state and federal officials about the resources needed in that area, and she has the concerns of one woman who lives nearby and is worried that the aid won't come.
Talking to us on Zoom, made possible through spotty cell service.
It's
Josie Borg.
It's not fixable.
Fought tears. At 30 weeks pregnant.
We have other people's porches and roofs in our yard.
She walked us around what's left of the place she called home.
Sirens started going off about 3 a.m. That means the river reaches the bank about 2 miles from us. And then the evacuation sirens were at 5.
Josie, her husband, 3 children under the age of 10, and 4 pets rushed to a nearby shelter, not knowing if or when they'd return.
This is all from my first level. Really, all of my houses now is debris. It's just all our belongings.
9 feet of water rose in the house.
It goes to the top of that door there.
Borg says it's the worst kind of deja vu. Just 3 years ago, Tropical Storm Fred flooded the same home.
When they started coming in, like ripping out our drywall, ripping out our floors, we were like, oh, last time we were really surprised at like what 8 inches of water can do to your house.
The damage then was enough to force the whole family to live in a trailer in their yard for 2 years.
The main thing when you're in this situation, my situation, when you're totally displaced, is you have to keep paying on this. And then you also have to find some place to live.
The mother says the only aid they received back then came through the Office of State Budget and Management.
We were paying like $1,200 to live in an apartment for in-between campers. We did it for like 6 months and they reimbursed us that.
Those funds took 6 months to arrive. We asked Governor Cooper what is being done this time to ensure families will receive the financial aid they need.
One of the things we want to make sure that we do in this storm is to turn on every spigot of local, state, and federal, private, and nonprofit resources. I've been in Canton since this storm and have talked with them about trying to access those resources.
But what those state resources are and how soon families like Borg's could see a payment is unclear. We also asked FEMA about the $750 Serious Needs Assistance Payment aimed at helping people immediately after disaster. FEMA's top official, Deanne Criswell, tells us there are several factors to determine who qualifies. Just this week, the agency launched a new system to reach eligible survivors.
And this is the first time we've started to do auto dialer out to the people in these impacted communities where we've expedited this that have not actually gotten the $750 or our displacement assistance.
Borg says her husband did receive one of these phone calls. She says they also had a home visit, but that they haven't been told anything further. The mom says she is trying to remain hopeful relief will come. In the meantime, navigating what's next remains an emotional and financial struggle.
There is definitely a different feel here because we're like just outside that big booming population. It does make it so that we get kind of left behind.
Grace Haba, WRAL News.
Now, an insurance adjuster did go to the family's home last week, and the Borgs were told it could take 2 months before they'll learn what will be covered.